Girl, you know it's true.
Wait.
Baby, don't forget my number. There's so much. Blame it on the rain.
You own that on vinyl. Hi, Eric. I'm your
We were
host.
just talking about.
Or I'm your co-host, right? I'm
Sure.
your co-host, Rick Sikowski.
And Eric Alklin.
Yeah. Got that out of the way.
We are recording for the first time in a long time. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm happy about
welcome
this.
back from vacation.
It's like a 4 month. It feels like a semi-retirement, if I'm being honest. I don't know if vacation is the proper term.
I should put my headphones on so I can hear you.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
How about now?
Yeah, so a couple things. One is we haven't recorded, even though it was like 2 weeks ago we released the Michigan episode, but we recorded that a while ago.
Yeah,
that was months and months ago. So we put it out just because we haven't had anything. But why are we? Why? What? All right, let's take a step back.
Yeah, Rick's tired. Let's start there.
Well, we're doing two podcasts, and I'm trying not to be the angry guy. I'm trying my hardest. No, it's not even that. It's just, well, first of all, I'm super tired. You asked me how many drinks I had last night. Well, Gigi's brother's in town. It's Labor Day weekend, so he's in town. I had a couple old fashions. Now the problem is I'm doing double old fashions, so a couple is 4.
Here we go. Yep, there we go. See, it's the math. That's the yeah, and then there's like a pre-starter. Got to make sure it tastes good. You're doing it right, and then
I don't do that. I know
it
tastes good. I've got this down to a science.
Okay, yeah. So plenty of drinks. Drinks are flowing. Yes,
I'm a little puffy today.
I'm guessing that's why you're tired. Yeah, we'll blame it on the drink.
Well, no, I'm tired because I woke up at 6:30 to do this stupid thing.
I don't know. All I know is when we first turned our cameras on, and I was like, "Can you hear me?" And there was like this long pause. You're like, "Yeah, can you hear me?" I was like, "Your brain's not even connected right now."
No, it's really not. All right. So what are we doing this episode?
Ooh, today we're doing a part 2 of music that defined us. So I like to call it defining stuff, and we're calling it music part 2, which is the high school era.
Yeah. So okay. So, well, this is where show prep would have came in. Do we want to do your new segment? Do we want to introduce it, or do we want to wait for the new segment?
No, I don't know. I have all sorts of like weird things or like other topics because we mentioned we were gonna bring up the reunion that we didn't go to, our 30-year reunion.
Oh, that's right.
Like, it was just like a week ago. There were all sorts of things.
30-year high school 30-year high school reunion. Which, man. By the way,
yes, there we go. Vikings. Wall Lake Central Vikings.
I'm repping the Wall Lake Central Vikings because of it.
Good for you.
But also because we're going back to revisit our high school music.
High school music?
Do you know what this is?
Polk High?
Yeah.
Refresh my memory. Oh, nice. Al Bundy.
My 4 touchdowns in one game.
I was like, how do I know Polk High? It sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Got Al Bundy's jersey on.
And I'm tying in when we did the TV shows.
TV episodes.
See?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Who's saying we're not producing these episodes?
Nice throwback. Yeah, I don't know. We want to explore the high school reunion or not, other than just to say it. Neither of us went. It makes me feel,
Why didn't you go?
Old.
You're in Michigan.
Ooh, well, you're not, but have money to get here if you wanted to. So,
well, that's not. I mean, sure. You have money to come to Texas. Why didn't you come to Texas? We could have had our own reunion.
we talked about that. We talked about having our own reunion.
We did talk about it. Should we talk about that here?
No.
So, hey, everyone on our text message. Oh, let's just go down the list and call everyone out on this thread. So we have a thread of old high school friends, which you just added me to.
I did. Don't do that.
Oh, we're calling all of them out.
Don't do that. So a couple showed up to the reunion, so that was fun. We got to see a couple of photos and pictures. Yeah, I personally have. This is I've said this to you. I've said this to a couple of people. I have difficulty finding time to make time for people I really care about in my life, good
Ooh, I
friends
like where this is
and
going. So
whatever.
finish that thought.
Yeah, well, it's the truth. So
Yeah, so you don't have time to spend with
I
people you
have
don't care about.
difficulty. I mean, you're making it sound bad in that when it comes out that
So
way.
just know, Waldeck Central alum, Eric doesn't care
it's,
about you.
your mic is hot.
Well, maybe because
because you
back it
tried to
off?
swallow it. Yes.
Shh.
So yeah,
Is that better?
so it's two
Check
things.
1, 2. Do you think we should test audio before we start,
We should.
or
And now
during the shows?
closer or
This
turn it. Yeah,
this keeps
closer.
Jeff McDonald involved.
I was gonna call out Jeff. Whatever. So yes, that's part of it. But I think the root core of it is really, I don't care to talk about myself, and everybody that you're going to talk to is like, what are you doing? What's going on? Like, what are you doing with your life? Like all that kind of stuff.
You know what's ironic about this?
What?
You're saying this on a podcast where we're talking about ourselves.
We're going to talk about music though. Like,
No, listen. You should have just went to the reunion with defined podcast business cards and be like, listen to the podcast. This is what I'm up to.
Why didn't you go, Mr. Sikowski?
I had a major deadline. I couldn't say that with a straight face. Let's just say now we're gonna get. Oh, this is how we get comments.
Hate comments. Any comments? A good comment?
No, if I'm being completely honest, which would be the first time on this podcast,
which I was.
That what? You don't care about those people? That's your honesty? No, in all honesty, we were just in Michigan like 2 weeks before, something like that. Or yeah, something like that. And to come up, it was on a Friday, so I'd have to take off work.
Friday thing was weird for out of towners.
It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, it's difficult.
And
there were multiple other people in our friend group that were like, "Yeah, I can't come. I'm out of town, and it's a Friday. I can't,
right." And so what it was from like 6 to 8 or something like that. I don't even know the times or anything. So it's like I'm going to come up there for a couple hours to then just travel back the next day.
Yeah, I ended up. And I sent this to a couple of folks because there were some people that came in town and some people that went. There were were kind of the friend group or however you want to reference it. But that was actually Carrie and I's anniversary, and happy
anniversary.
Thanks. 17 years. We went out to celebrate that evening, and spend the evening together. So, the reunion just didn't take priority. So, some of our back and forth associated with seeing some of the photos that were posted from the reunion made me think of a story that Carrie's parents told one time about. They went to go to a reunion. I don't know. Let's say it was a 40-year reunion. It might have been more, I don't know, probably 40-year reunion or something like that. And they drove to, it was at a restaurant or something, and they drove there, and they were a little bit early, so they were sitting and waiting before they went in, and they were watching like people that were going in, and they're like, oh, that's really interesting. I wonder what else is going on here. There's a lot of old people going in today. to the reunion, and then they went, oh, we're the old people. Those are all people we went to school with.
Yeah, man. Dude, I don't like. Well, so I'm playing basketball a lot with my kid on the courts these days, and I can't move. Literally, it's just like standing there,
Yeah.
And you don't realize how old you are. Like you're just like, well, yeah, I mean, age wise, you're old, but like I don't feel like I look. I feel worse, but
it. No, the mentality, you're not mentally old. You think you're all there, except for all the all the shortcomings. But
it's also when you haven't seen people in a while. Like I haven't seen some of those people. Like I don't
30
I don't
years.
really go on Facebook all that much. So I
Yeah.
don't really follow what they look like. So seeing some of these people, I was like, oh my God, they got old. But we all got old. Like
We
that's
got
what we
old.
all got old.
And let's be honest, we all got fat. Let's just put it out there. Let's just put it out there. We all got old and fat. It's tough.
Wow, you
tough.
just got hot all of a sudden.
Oh, my mic?
Yeah. I don't
Check
know.
1 2.
I don't know what's going on. This is what happens when you don't podcast for 3 years.
It's been a long time.
All right. Let's start this music thing. I want to start with a comment left on
I know where this
on
is
our
going.
last music. Where is this going?
It's David. We're gonna
David.
call out
David. So I got someone DM'd me. I kind of want to call him out for this, but they DM'd me saying like, you always talk about this David guy. Who's David? And I'm like, we did a podcast with him. Like, go watch the podcast.
Sure, just link.
So anyways, so David's my business partner, is the CEO of Texas Crew Productions. It's funny because he always mentions the podcast on the Monday morning meetings. So we called him out.
Meetings.
Yeah, the company meeting. The staff meetings. So we called him out to comment his elementary up to basically up to high school.
Yeah.
So this is his comment back. He's like, I will not answer this question because I do not accept the parameters. Time frame is too broad. So what's funny to me about this is I picture him just like, so he's a really interesting dude. Like he's super, super smart. So I just picture him sitting in his office, closing the door, turning down the music or whatever. It puts on his calendar, no calls, no meetings, dim the lights. And then he starts thinking about it and he just stops. He's like, no, this is too broad. Like
how can I possibly?
But the other thing,
here's the good news, David. We had to do the same thing.
Well, and it doesn't matter. Who
yeah,
can,
exactly.
So you could say anything, and literally, we're not going to fact check the time periods or anything like that. Just say anything. You could have said the Muppet Show. That was so inspiring. The album for the Muppet Show was inspiring. But nope, he's just like,
I feel like he
do not accept the parameters.
I think he feels like he's going to be judged, so there's too much pressure on it.
Well,
I don't know.
He is.
Well, don't add more pressure. We want him to actually answer because now we're going to reduce your parameters. We're in the high school era.
We're in the high school. So David, when did you go to high school? 1930 to 1935.
Oh, dang!
That's a low blow. He's like a couple years older than us. Here we are talking about old,
and he didn't get fat like we like us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's thin. Oh, that's so annoying. Hey, bicycles and stuff.
Okay, so we're gonna get started. I'm gonna tell you right now. I brought with me. Check this bad boy out. Look at this case. You know what this case holds?
Is this your list? Is this like the Oscars that come out?
No, it's a record holder. It's a record carrying.
Of course
case.
it is.
Of course it is.
So what? Like
for today.
Right, so let's talk about the parameters. So for us, high school was 91 to 95.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's
you are correct.
Music, bands, albums, whatever that inspired us in that period of time in the high school.
Some sort of go with inspired, but it's defined us in some way. I mean, to me, like music that has an effect on you, right, and shapes kind of who you are, how you are, what you fell in love with at that time, which sticks, for a elongated period of time, in your life, all those kinds of things. So, interestingly, I think you're gonna not like what I showed up with today, and like,
I guarantee
list.
I won't.
So,
LA style balloony loon.
See, this is why. So this is my struggle.
Well, in high school, we should explain though. In high school, you had the Ford Probe, the turquoise. Ford Probe.
And this is the thing. So this is the tricky bit about the whole thing. I did not get my car until after high school. I didn't have a car.
That's not true.
What, Rick? It's 100% true. I did not drive in high school. I got my car when I started going to college. That at OCC, 100%. Right. So it's skewed. So I had to do the same thing because I went down that same exact road and I was like, oh wow, I can't be thinking about what I was listening to in the probe. That's not relevant. So you drove all over the place, and we drove around with
Yeah.
Mikey D, and we drove
What
around like
with
whatever,
what was my car? A Mercury Tracer was my
You
first
had a
car.
Tracer, and you had the
Ah,
Storm. Yeah, the Geo
yeah, the
Storm.
Storm. But that wasn't in high school. That was after high school.
Was that in college?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mercury Tracer. Yep, we got some video of that in the front. So anyway, so I had to kind of calibrate and rethink through. And as I was going to send you a video, I actually went down to my CD collection that's in the workroom and just went through and started pulling some out, like to go, oh yeah, this, so I could kind of narrow some things down. And so the thing I was struggling with is, because Carrie kind of called me out on this as well. My wife Carrie, she called me out too. She like, her first thing like right out of her mouth was jock jams, right? And I was like, okay, yes, there's no question we were living. Yeah, yes, we were listening to a lot of that music that had to do with playing basketball. That was like basketball music for us, right? So basketball was a huge part
and you
of our
did all
life.
the mixes for the.
Yeah, we'll use that term very loosely. We put yes, so the warm up tapes that we had for for games, and that we used in practices for during certain time frames. Yes, I put those together.
That was cool. We started with the Terminator, right?
We did. It was way too long though.
I'm sure.
Drug it out way too long. I didn't even. I didn't have a means to actually mix anything. At the time, it was literally the double cassette tape, boom box with the one you're recording on that you get to the spot and press pause, and then you swap the tape for the next one that you already queued up with another player to be able to go, okay, this is the one I want to start at right now. Ready? Play on pause, just so I can try and that was a quote mix, right? That putting together.
That's insane. Like when you think about just in the 30 years what we've come to, you can now do this all on your phone into the higher quality than you ever had access to.
Oh yeah, for sure. I actually have. I'm going to bring it up when we end up doing our technology episode, because we're going to do this too, defining stuff that we said we were going to do technology. Why are you looking at me like that? You're the one that suggested it.
I know, but then I started thinking, I'm like, who cares?
What? Nobody cares about any of this. Of course not. Nobody's.
No, I know,
you think
but
people
like
are still listening? But this is for us.
But like music, people can at least go, oh, I know that band, I know that song, whatever.
No, dude, technology shaped every one of our lives.
I know, but David doesn't accept the parameters of
that. We should turn that into a shirt. I do not accept the parameters. So my struggle was there were unquestionably, there was a lot of music we used to listen to that was very jock jams, very basketball mix related, which includes things like LA Style and James Brown is Dead and Balloony Loon and all those fun tracks that were like high energy songs. But if I'm thinking about stuff that mattered a lot to me then and stuck with me, right? So I look back at it now and go like, oh yeah, that's still amazing music. I still love that. It's it's
so is that over. That's what's going to be on your list of stuff that's carried over?
Some. I mean, it's
okay.
We'll explore it. Yeah, yes. So it was developmentally, it's really interesting. When I was talking to Carrie about it, I was like, it's really interesting what I'm landing on here for talking about, because though it was very, very important to me, I don't think anybody would think of it. Some of it will when we get to it. Some of it, yes. Some of it, I don't know. I think it's going to make you angry. If I'm being honest.
Everything you do makes me angry. But
yeah.
what? Okay, so we're doing top 4, but with honorable mentions. So yes. I haven't. Okay, so let's just jump right into it then. So
do it.
Well, okay.
Kick it off. Are you going in order? Any sort of order here?
So we'll start with the honorable mentions, and then notice I put an S at the end of that. Honorable mentions.
Sure.
Okay, so I have an honorable mention to the honorable mentions.
Okay.
These are bands that I couldn't put on there. Am I allowed to do that, or is that?
Sure, we can do whatever we want, buddy.
I know, but I don't want David.
Are we going to explore these, or are we just going to
no? These I'm just going to rip through these. These are bands that didn't make the list.
Okay.
or and a lot of things,
songs,
it's
bands,
albums at the
whatever.
time.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, oh, yeah, sure.
So listen to these bands that did not make my honorable mention list.
Okay,
This
I'll
is
tell you.
this is how good of music I would listen to.
Here we go.
All right, ready?
Yep.
PM Dawn, Rusted Root,
Yep.
Toad the Wet Sprocket, REM, The Far Side, Tori Amos, Arrested Development, Bare Naked Ladies, Susan Vega, XTC, Counting Crows, Sarah McLachlan, Diggable Planets, Blues Traveler, Jewel, Joan Osborne.
So my video I will send you of what I pulled out is going to be sort of that list of what you said, though it has incorporated some of my things. I didn't write it down, so we can go back and revisit that. The ones I wrote down that were honorable mention for me, which is Dave Matthews Band. So is the top of my honorable mention, because I got more into Dave after high school, like, and listened to Dave more after high school than in high school. And we know you're going to have it covered. So I was like,
you think Dave Matthews is on my high school list? High school?
Yeah.
When do you think Dave Matthews' album came out?
Which, Under the Table Dreaming?
Yeah.
Wasn't it like 91?
No. His band
92?
formed in 91. No, it's 94.
Was Under the Table Dreaming?
Yeah.
When did what was after that?
Crash, 96. And then before these Cross Streets, 98.
So Dave is not on your high school list.
I didn't say that.
So Dave Matthews, Jim Burns, That River. So God. I had to.
You can't escape the Highlander.
I can't escape the Highlander, especially when it's high school era. I loved that album. I still love that album. I used to listen to it all the time. It's a great album. It's a great blues album.
Settle down with the great.
I don't know if you said this. Ace of Base, The Sign.
Oh yeah,
huge. I loved listening to that song.
No, you're right.
Erasure. Erasure Pop 20,
okay.
like Ola
you're right.
I do have XTC Skylarking on there. I did write Jock Jams and LA Style and Alanis Morissette. But there were a lot of, because also we'll see. I have a couple other thoughts, but they might be on your list, so I won't bring them up now. So the other honorable mention that I will just bring up, and we'll bring it in as vinyl number 1.
Oh wait, are you out of your mind?
Milli Vanilli. No, girl, it's true.
Hold on. You wait.
Baby, don't forget my number. There's so many. Blame it on the rain. There's so many good songs on here. There's so many good songs.
You own that on vinyl.
Ta-da! That is a piece of history right there, my friend.
No, but did you buy that back then, or is that like, when did you buy that?
Nah, I don't know. I think about it as a joke in college.
It's not a joke. You didn't.
I've never once played it.
That's not true. That's not true.
100%. Swear to God, I've never played it once.
All right, so that's your honorable mention.
It was on my list as a joke, as an honorable mention.
So let's start with the official honorable mention list for me. Now, here's the thing.
Official honorable mention. I gave you my real honorable mention.
That was your real honorable mention.
Was Dave Matthews, Jim Burns, and Ace of Base.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it. All right, here's my real. Those were bands that didn't even. Those are honorable mentions to the honorable mention.
Yes.
So here, it's 4 bands that I wanted to put them on the second honorable mention, but I couldn't do it. All right.
Here we go.
Number 1, Cowboy Mouth.
Yeah.
2, Offspring.
Yeah, what? Offspring's a good one. No, go for it. Cowboy Mouth, I was... I love listening to that album.
That album is phenomenal.
It's a great album. What Jenny Says. What's it called again? Do you remember? What's the name of that album?
Is it like Open Up and Say Ah or something like that? Hold on. That doesn't sound right.
Regardless,
Are you with me? No, are you with me? Yeah, are you with me? Jesus,
How do you tell someone you don't love them song?
Yes, I know.
Actually
I know.
pushed me down the road of breaking up with my girlfriend at the time.
Ooh, let's get into that
me
story.
It pushed me over the edge.
Oh, I remember that.
I was sick. I was driving. I might have even mentioned this on podcast once. I was sick. I was driving to the doctor's by myself, and that song was on. And I had a complete breakdown, and I was like, this doesn't make sense anymore. Yeah. So that's a very powerful album. That's a good one.
Yeah. Next, Hootie and the Blowfish.
Hootie.
So
it'd be on my
it's one of those things now. Yeah, it's one of those things now that like they're kind of like, because they didn't stay. First of all, they didn't stay as a band, but then secondly, that you look back and it's very dated and stuff. But when that album came out, it was nonstop for every single person,
everywhere. Yeah, it was everywhere. So, and dated is kind of relative. It's interesting because
it sounds his voice, 90s.
His voice is so unique. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that sounds 90s from the 90s.
Dave Matthews does.
But his voice is so unique that I don't know. It stands out. It's different, Darius Ruckers.
Well, yeah, that's why it's on my honorable mention. But
yeah, it's a great honorable mention. I have that.
And then the last. Yeah, of course you do. If you have Milli Vanilli and not Hootie, my last one is Presidents of the United States of America.
Oh wow, dang!
Dude, we used to listen to that. That album we listened to a lot.
The whole album. I only remember listening to a couple tracks. I'd have to listen. I'd have to go. Okay.
Yeah, go back
maybe.
and listen to it.
All right, I'll listen to it. That's a good throwback. I like that.
All right. So you already did your honorable mention?
Yes. Yeah, I told you. Dave Matthews, Jim Burns, and
okay. So give me your number 4 then. This
is
where we start judging you.
Okay. So my number 4 is more about the single song than it is about the album itself.
Okay, well, yeah, let's see if we can guess. Give me hints.
No, I don't have
hints. It's my favorite thing to do. Yeah, you just did. That was a great hint. It's more about the single, so that gets rid of a lot of bands.
It was everywhere on the radio.
Come out?
I have vivid memories of driving my mom's manual transmission Ford Tempo, the black one with the red stripe on the side, that had a terrible sound system in it. But I remember listening to this on the radio and cranking it, or the cassette tape, like playing it off the cassette tape. Oh yeah, cranking it. It sounded terrible. It's a terrible, terrible.
Man or woman band?
Male vocal.
Male vocal.
Yep. My secondary hint, which I don't think will help you out.
I have a guess.
Okay.
But I don't know if this. I'd have to think about the time period. Is he Latin?
No.
Okay. Then I was going to say Ricky Martin, "Livin' La Vida Loca," but that's probably college.
I think that it probably is college. Yeah.
You used to love that song.
That's a fun song.
It's a good song.
Everybody loved that song.
Everyone loved it. All right. So
I'll give you another hint.
Okay.
My very first concert I ever went to had 3 bands in it. They're kind of
all right. So it's a hair metal band,
alternative rock. I'd say it is. And if I gave away, I could probably tell you the other 2, and then maybe you'd get it. Gin Blossoms and Cracker were the other 2 bands that were part of that bill for that concert at Pine Knob. So it was the first concert I ever went to.
Spin Doctors.
Yeah, 2 Princes. So
dude, that's an amazing. I used to hate them because I didn't know them. I just didn't like their name or something. But then when you played me that 2 Princes song,
Pocket Full of Kryptonite. It's the Pocket Full of Kryptonite album and the 2 Princes song, dude. That song still to this day.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when we started talking about our childhood music and I mentioned certain things, Trombley actually turned around and was like, "How could you not talk about 2 Princes?" I was like, "Hold on a second." I was like, "That wasn't..."
Settle down, Trombley.
Yeah. It was like, I was like, whoa, hold on. I go, that's not, and honestly, it's probably right on. I have to look. It might be like 91, which is right on that cusp. Right. But my memory of it and listening to it was driving in the car and like with the windows down in the summer and just like just jamming that song, and it still holds up to this day. And funny enough, I've seen multiple videos on TikTok of it coming back, of like Gen X playing it for like younger, groups or whatever. Like it's kind of come back around a little bit. I was like, such a great song. Just
and
such
you
a great
think now
feeling.
too, like, because it was so, all these songs and bands were meaningful to us when we were kids, you just kind of think that everyone knows who they are. But if I said, Caden, tell me two Princess, like,
yeah.
All right. So that's your
pocket
full of kryptonite, but it's two Princess. All right. So I told you I had to do research on this, on this list because of time periods.
Yeah. Yep.
So here's my hints for you. Hip hop.
Oh, good. I get to guess.
Rap. You get to guess. Yeah.
I don't want to guess. I don't care. Hip hop, rap. Okay. So
play along.
De La Soul.
Holy shit! You got
6 Feet Under and Rising.
No, see, that was the 80s.
Oh, okay.
That came out maybe 89, 90.
Their subsequent
like
album that I don't know the name of.
De La Soul is Dead. Oh my god! Dead. I remember Ben lent me the money, and when I said lent, I think I'd never paid him back. Right. Gave me the money to go buy the cassette, and the cassette had like a follow along, like, so you remember those old school like turn the page albums?
Yeah.
Like they were on vinyl, you'd read, and they're like, and they had like a ding. So it was like that. It was like every time they would do these like sketches in between, and then had a little ding to turn the page.
Oh, that's fun. Awesome. So the little booklet that came inside the cassette case had like pages to it, or did it just pull out to a large? It had pages.
I think it pulled out to a large thing.
Okay, yeah, folded up. That's really fun. That's a fun little choose your own adventure type, or adventure type thing.
I think the hit off that would have been, what's my number? I don't know the name of it.
Did you sing Milli Vanilli? I'm pretty sure you did. No, the Hey Baby, Don't Forget My Number.
No. Oh, is that right?
That's Milli Vanilli. No, I just sang it a minute ago. Yes.
So wait. So baby, all right, let me change my number 4. It's Milli Vanilli.
My number.
No. Hold on. I'm drawing a blank on the name.
We're gonna cut this out.
We're not cutting any of this out. This is what people tune in for. These
is it?
Dead air moments. Hold on. Me looking up things online is exactly why people listen. Hold on.
I'll prep my next.
Yeah, prep your next.
Wait, I got it. I'm ready to go.
I don't. Hey,
so David, I'm hoping in this moment you are starting to think to yourself, what songs from high school, what was I listening to when I was driving for the first time, 16 years old? What songs did I love? Was that a cassette tape that you put in there?
I don't know. I can't find it.
Old vehicle that still had an 8-track player in it. Okay.
Oh my God. Back? Who are you talking about?
David. I said an old vehicle. I didn't say David was old. Did you?
I didn't even know
did you have a car that had an 8-track player in it?
Yeah, my dad. Yeah, he had a El Camino, I think it was. Mom, correct me if I'm wrong. It was a green El Camino, I believe. No, that can't be. There's someone at an El Camino in our sphere of people.
Leave a comment, Diane. Yeah, Diane. Okay, you ready? Ready for my number?
Yeah. I got to guess. This is fun because the audience gets to play along with us.
You're not. Okay. This falls under alternative. I guess there is a level of this that is, I would say, meditative.
Enya.
Nope. Close.
Okay. It's not Lorena McKennitt, though. That
no.
Hold on. It's that Sal Damone thing. Sal Damone. What was Enigma?
Enigma. It's Enigma.
Come on.
So I got the CD.
Gigi loves Enigma.
I love Enigma. So Enigma, if I'm being like their second album, Enigma 2, which was Cross of Changes. That's the one that a lot of people would
gun
know.
To my head. If you would have said that they had a second album, I would have been like, nope.
Dude, they had like 7 or 8 albums.
Of course,
and
they did.
And their second album, the second album is the one that you're going to know everything off of. Meaning,
is that right?
The Return to Innocence. the Return to Innocence song was all over the radio. That was
Yeah.
that was a big hit. That's off their second
Holy
album.
shit! I would have remembered Enigma. That
Oh man,
what was it? Blame It on the Rain.
I,
What's the Return to Innocence? That was the song.
yes. Um, I have very vivid memories of sitting in my headphones and listening to the music. And it's interesting. I went and revisited it as I was kind of going through this stuff because I was talking with Carrie about a lot of it. And I was like, man, I loved sitting down and listening to this album in my headphones, or I remember sitting in my bedroom. And I had on my stereo system, I had my speakers like across the room, and there were parts that they would play with the stereo, within it. And I just picking out the different versions, but it was music unlike any other music I was listening to at the time, in terms of that, like, instrumental but like atmospheric, and literally they started off with like talking about it as like a meditation. We're gonna, like, the voice that starts the album is like, we're gonna walk you through, we're gonna do this. When I re-listened to it, I was like, oh, this is really interesting. This is quite literally almost meditation that I was doing at a young age, listening to this, that I really had no idea.
Do you know what's funny? As you're saying this, where my mind went was they would say things on the start of albums, and Rap did it a lot, but the Offspring, they started their album with do you remember how it starts?
Refresh
Smash.
my memory.
It was something along the lines of music soothes even the savagest beast.
Oh yeah.
So that took a lot of effort to get that out, by the way. It's early and I
I
swear
know
all my words.
it's probably not accurate, but you did a good job.
I did the best job I could, and that's all you can ask out of people. So I used to be like, oh my God, that's amazing. Like, I never knew that. That's not true. It's 100% not true. But as soon as I heard that, because it was on an album, someone put it on a CD, I took it as fact.
Well,
which you got to, like, let me correlate that to now. It's like when you see things on TikTok, no wonder people like, oh, this person took the time to tell us about like preservatives in food. Of course they know what they're talking about, but they don't.
So for that beginning, was it an audio clip that sounded like it was from another person, or was it the lead vocalist?
No, it sounded like it sounded like just an intro, like just some voiceover. I don't think it was from a show or anything.
Sure.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
I mean, we could call it contemplative. You could make an argument. Like, you could make an argument that could be true. Whatever.
If you put music on to a lion going to attack,
I'm not saying you're gonna like hold a boombox in a lion attack.
And it just goes to sleep.
Like, say anything that it's gonna work, but you never know.
Their iPhones.
Yeah. So Enigma.
That's a good one.
And you want to know what's funny is I have their first album on vinyl. I couldn't find it. It's in a box. And I went through some of the boxes. I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. So that's why I bought the CDs.
All right. So my next, you're gonna guess it. If I give you this hint, you're gonna guess it. I'm gonna say
maybe.
I don't know if this is true, but just for this, I'm gonna say it and you'll get it because of the high school period. Biggest female artist of all time.
Biggest female artist of all time?
Yeah. Think about this album when it came out in the 90s.
So I went to Alanis Morissette.
That's right.
Jagged Little Pill.
Dude, that album.
It's a great album. I almost pulled it and brought it.
Well, it's one of the, you have the vinyl?
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of those things where like when we heard the Beatles, like, you would hear a song here or there or whatever, and then you kind of go, oh, the Beatles are pretty good, and you go back and listen to it. When the Beatles came out, like, when there's nothing like it, everything after that, like, we have the 30 years after the fact when we hear the Beatles of every band either imitating or taking it a step further, blah, blah, blah. When Alanis Morissette came out, it's hard to put yourself on that day, but like a female singer singing like about, especially You Ought to Know.
Yeah.
And then she follows it up with another hit, then another hit, then another hit. And it was like every
off the
single
same
song,
album.
off the same album.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, and I could be misremembering, it wasn't like a year later, a next single came out. It was like
Right.
hit. A month later,
Right.
another hit. A month later,
Right.
another hit. And she was everywhere. And it was so groundbreaking. It really was back then.
Yeah. Yeah, so the writing, the vocal, right? Such a beautiful and unique vocal, that she has and adds to that. And yeah, it was a game changer at the time, to your
Yeah.
point, right?
Yeah.
As to one of those albums that was different than anything else that was out there. Yeah.
Well, and you know, the thing about this one is I'd have to really go back and look, but Glenn Ballard produced it. The only
Hmm.
reason I would know that is because he then went and produced Every Day by Dave Matthews.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, Every Day, yeah. Which
You don't know.
is
You're We'll let somebody correct us. I was wondering if you were gonna say
wait,
Jewel.
hold on. My headphones just went out.
Of course they did. Oh, love this.
Oh wait, you there?
Yeah, well, I am. Are you?
No, hold on. Hold on. It's good
Yeah, you
times.
gotta reselect.
You know
Don't
what's
cut
funny
this
about
part
all
out.
this is this is what I supposedly do for a living. Hold on.
Well, if we're being honest, audio's never been your strong suit.
Ouch. For that. Headphones came in for that.
That's a compliment. It's a backhanded compliment. You are so much better at all the other things.
Dude, that
Are you back?
all right. Yeah, I
I
think
was
so.
I was thinking you maybe were going with Jewel, because Jewel was huge as well.
She
Right?
was,
But
but
I
she
don't
was
know.
on
I
my
don't know the
honorable
time
mention.
frame. Yeah, I don't know the time frame.
Yeah,
If she was high
Jewel,
school
Jewel
or
was
into
big.
college.
Jewel was big, but I
Jewel,
mean,
she was huge.
yeah. No, she was
Yeah,
huge, but I don't know.
it's fine. We don't
Whatever.
need to talk about it.
Yeah, we don't
Okay.
need to talk about who's not on my list.
All right. Am I up? Am I in the next round?
Yeah, this is your number
Okay.
2.
This is my number 2. Okay. Let's see. What hints can I give?
Take your time.
The this is more. This is also, in terms of longevity and impact on me, this is also way more about the individual track than the album. Although I listened to the album and there are other songs on the album that I love. However, the song that I'm dialed into for this to this day is one of those songs that I listen to still just gives me all the feels, right? Like it's a
Chris de
love
Burgh, Lady in
song.
Red.
It's that's not a bad thought.
But
However,
that came out. That had to have come out in the 80s.
yeah, but that doesn't mean that we didn't listen to it in the 90s or
Oh, that's true. That's a good point. I never thought about it. I took this as this goes to David's parameters. I took this as
it had to come out during that time.
I kind of took it as that, but
now to me it was whatever you listened to during that time.
I get it. All right.
Let's see. What else can I give you? Male vocal.
Peter Gabriel.
No, lots of harmonies in the music. Very ethereal as well.
Here's something that I don't think you would have the guts to put on your list, but what's huge to you would be Yanni.
That's really funny you say that. It's not Yanni. I did love Yanni. I think you introduced me to Yanni. I think you introduced me to Live at the Acropolis.
I did at the Acropolis. Yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to that one time. I was like, "Oh, you should listen to this." And then you took it to a whole new Highlander level.
I did
all right. So wait. So harmonies.
Okay, and it's on your honorable mention list, or on your list of that didn't make your honorable mention. It's your honorable mentions. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
All right. PM Dawn.
PM Dawn.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I just went down the rabbit hole with them.
The Bliss album, and specifically
I Die Without You.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Is that the one that's that has If. I'm betting on an If, and If has a chance to survive. Is that on that album?
I don't know. I don't know if that's their first album or their second album. I
Dude,
don't
their
remember.
first album and their second album are incredible.
They have great songs on them. So that's what I'm saying. Like we, and I'm saying we would listen to the whole thing. But so two things about this is what I don't know if you remember when we used to drive around in our buddy Mikey D's Mustang, and his dashboard like was kind of like janky, and so it was like falling down, and we had to push it out of the way to get the CDs in and out. And we used to listen to this album so often and put it in, take it in and out, and you had to like push the dashboard out of the way to pull it out, that it would like scratch it. That it finally got to the point where we put it in and out so many times that it scratched the album that was no longer playable. And I still have that CD in a memory box. That...
Of course you do.
Okay, this part you're gonna love. So I went to go look for, as I was going through my albums to go try and find this, and as I went through my albums, I was like, oh look, I have 2 copies.
So you bought
I didn't remember. I bought it twice. I didn't remember I had it.
You have such a problem. You have a problem. This means you don't listen to these. You're just buying them just to keep them in a collection.
I know.
Hey, wait, does that have
I can't read it. I don't have my glasses.
There was this one song, and when I was listening to it, and it had someone else singing on it, and I was like, this guy's voice is amazing. Who is this? And I went and looked it up, and it's Boy George.
Oh wow.
But I don't know what album it's on.
Plastic was kind of like one of their radio plays. The Ways of the Wind is a beautiful, like great like harmonies. What else? Oh, Norwegian Wood was well-known track redone.
Well, it's funny. We were just talking about the Beatles too.
We were Looking Through Patient Eyes, also beautiful. The Nocturnal is in the house. When It's Raining Cats and Dogs, and then they end with I Die Without You. But I Die Without You.
So it's got to be their first. Well, no, maybe not. I don't know, but yeah,
I think it is their first album.
Yeah, but then, like I don't know. They released an album not too long ago, maybe like 2014 or something, and it is.
So you just made me think of, and it didn't make either one of our list. I don't know the timing.
You don't know
but I would guess it would high school. Oh, you're right. I don't know that. You're right. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna say it. So
it's not gonna be on there. But...
What's your number 2? You're on 2, right?
All right. Yeah. You ready for this?
Yes.
All right. This one we listened to nonstop. Has one song and it's the last song is by far their best song and probably most popular song, which always sucked because especially
Bush.
Oh, you're right.
16 Stone.
16 Stone. Every song on that album is phenomenal, but when you get to Glycerin, it's another level.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. It's a fantastic album. I was thinking, I thought about how I waited in line at Best Buy for their second
album, Razor Blade Suitcase. Is that the name of it?
Yeah.
And you did that because it had and you did that at Best Buy because they had a second CD with it, like for the first whatever. Yeah, I remember you. Do you remember having to wait in line? You know what? My kid Blake is so into shoes, and so he's like literally spends hours looking at shoes online and stuff. And he's like, these Jordan 40s are coming out, and like, can we go wait in line? I was like, are you out of your mind in this day and age to wait in line? Like, you can get everything. And he's like, yeah, but it's gonna be way more expensive. Yeah, time is money.
Well, not for a kid. So.
But he's got no money anyway.
You used to wait in line for stuff. I remember.
No, I had you do it for me.
that time. But you had I think you had class or something. You had to work, you had class, you had something you couldn't get out of. And you're like, man, I really want that. And then we didn't have eBay at the time. Like if we had that kind of stuff, we would have never,
That's right.
But that's a different day and age. Great album. That made I pulled that out on my video.
Do I even need to guess what your number 1 is?
No, you know what it is.
Blues Traveler.
Of course. 4.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's no debate. To this day.
Did that come out in 94?
I believe yes. Yes. I believe so. Yeah, it was 94 95. It definitely fell within the range. I double checked.
No, it
Uh,
does. But I'm saying like because
I think it was
John Popper's
94.
on What Would You Say,
Yeah.
which was crazy because Blues Travelers were bigger than Dave Matthews then.
Right. I know. Isn't that crazy? It's so fun to think about. Yeah, they were like heading the Horde tour, right? They were
Yeah,
headlining the
yeah.
Horde
Oh my
tour
God,
and
Runaround
whatnot.
and Hooked was
Huge.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
um, Ted Nugent, your favorite, he had a radio show on in Detroit, and my dad who was a huge Ted Nugent fan, uh, uh, he um, he was listening to his radio show, and he said that is it Carolina Blues? Is that the name of the song? He said that's
Yeah.
one of the top 10 best guitar riffs he's ever heard.
Oh wow.
And it's weird because it's not. It's
It's
fine.
great.
It's good.
It's
It's great. It's
fantastic.
fine.
It's a great
Top
song.
10 best of all time.
Well, that's an opinion, and that's based on
Okay.
something that strikes and hits somebody with. Yeah, so that means your number one's Dave Matthews, and I love that when I brought it up, you're like, "What?"
Okay. Do you know the first time I heard Dave Matthews?
Wait, hold on. I just want to bring up one other thing. So back to Blues Traveler, which is worth mentioning because I won't bring them up for college, but it wasn't until college till they released their Straight Down to Morning album, which has the Carolina Blues song on it.
Most Precarious.
Love. There's so many good songs. I would have a hard time if you made me pick between Hook or Four and Straight Down to Morning because
Neither of those are their best albums.
Okay, sure, buddy.
It's not.
So
what's the one with
okay.
Optimistic Thought? Travelers and
Yeah.
Thieves or something?
Yes.
Yeah, do yourself
but
a favor, listener. Go listen to the real Blues Traveler, not this pop shit that Eric likes.
that was their first album, and I do like all their albums. But if you go back and listen to them, like first track for track as a full album, it's not
so much better. What's the Dirty Room song?
It's Go Outside and Drive.
What song is that on?
I don't remember because they released it on their live album. I don't know if they have a studio.
Dude, just the idea of that song, it's the messy room, but it's like if he cleans it up, then it gets rid of memories and stuff. That's your favorite song. You live that.
You loved that song, and you loved.
So good. I had a messy room too, so it always.
It was the I need a prison in order to dream of being free.
Oh my God, that's such a good line, David. Do yourself a favor while you're driving into work. Right before this Monday morning staff meeting, put on "Go Outside and Drive," Blues Traveler's best album.
But here's what I want to say: is you actually bought me. I didn't have the money to buy the Straight Out to Morning album.
I guarantee I got that money from Ben.
And you. You bought me the Straight On to Morning album, and I'll never forget that. And I totally appreciate it. And I remember coming out of Harmony House and to be able to listen to it. And so thank you. Many years
You're
later
welcome.
For that. I still have it.
I changed your life.
So Dave Matthews, first time you listened to it.
First time I hear it, I was working at the movie theater, and all the managers would go. I don't think I was a manager at this time, but we would go out after on a Saturday night. We'd go out after the rush of Saturday night movies, whatever. So we were at the Ground Round restaurant. Do you remember the Ground Round?
No.
It was a national chain.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of came and went, but it was like a Chili's or whatever. So we were sitting there all on this, and Saturday Night Live was on. And
this was in Novi, like within that.
Yeah,
same complex?
yeah, it was in Novi. Okay. Sure, yeah, sure. So, Ants Marching was on Saturday Night Live, and I just heard the violin, and I was like, "Oh, that is really unique. Like, that's really cool." At the same time, my brother was working at a radio station, so I don't know if you remember, he got CDs. Like the record companies would send CDs, so we had thousands of CDs, and I had this Dave Matthews sampler. And I was like, oh my God, that was the band that was on Saturday Night Live. So I put it in. And ever since then, I became obsessed.
So it was a sampler. So the first CD wasn't their full album? Or it was the album, but it was the freebie.
It was called
promo.
Recently Sampler. So it had like the song Recently. It was only 4 songs. It had Recently, which wasn't on any of their albums other than Remember Two Things, but that was a live version. So I had a studio version of well, I guess if we're getting really technical, they did release it as a single, but whatever, blah blah blah. Had 4 songs. Um, but what? Oh, here's the thing about the ground round.
Perfect.
When I was a kid, when I was 10-ish, something like that, they had a coloring contest. So like you sit down and they give you colored crayons, because you're a kid and you don't want to interrupt your parents, whatever. And so I colored this picture and I won the contest. I think I got like a free Sunday.
Wow. Look at
Yeah.
that. Look at
Look
you.
at that.
A little artistic Rick. You were always artistic.
Maybe I am the reason they are no longer around.
Ground round? You put them out of business
Yeah,
with the
I put them out of
freebie
business
color
with
contest?
that. Yeah.
Whew.
They're
Oh,
like
they were gonna make it, but Rick colored
but
something
Rick's
that
art.
was to put him under. It's kind of sad because we kind of got to the end, but we both know, Blues Traveler and Dave Matthews. It's a little bit sad that we're not spending more time on it, describing it or talking about it. But man, it took up so much time, in our lives of going to concerts or listening to albums or I remember when you came to visit one time in Ann Arbor and we went to PJ's, which was my favorite record
Oh, is this when
shop.
I buy an illegal?
You asked, so we used to go and ask if they had any bootlegs, and the dude, we've never seen this because you used to ask up and down. I was like verbally abused you. I was like, oh,
because
dang.
it was illegal and record companies were cracking down on bootlegs.
Yeah.
So they would go and have undercover people go into these shops, and if you were selling bootlegs, they would shut them down. And so I went in and I'm like, hey, do you have any Dave Matthews bootlegs or whatever? And the guy was just ripped me. He's like, I'm a small independent store. Like I
yeah.
And dude, trying to explain that you're not a cop, like I was like, dude, I just like the music, man. Like, come on.
Just trying to. So, I'll also bring up.
Rips it. He just rips me, and then I'm like, so do you have it or no?
So it's a no.
Yeah,
I brought out when you were just up visiting. I brought in the car a whole bunch of those Dave Matthews bootlegs.
Yeah,
that were on cassette. So
they would like name them.
Yeah,
like crash in the quarters and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. So
that's a kind of bad thing now. It's like nothing's rare.
Yeah, everything's available. Yeah.
Well, that said, I'm putting a call out to anyone. I cannot find
the
2-6. I think it's 2-6-96. Dave Matthews played
February 6th.
February 6th, 1996, I think. I'll have to double check that. But you'll know it was a Dave and Tim show. And they play, it was at Michigan State University, and they played What Would You Say? And they do this outro. And I cannot find that online. Yeah. I had it on cassette tape.
Somebody's got that recording somewhere.
The guy who gave it is this guy Dave. I'm so weary about saying last names, but Dave, if you're listening, he gave me a bunch of bootlegs, and it was such weird because that's really kind of how I got into them was through their bootlegs. And he would do like BOWA would be the song title, and I was like, I've never heard this BOA song. Like, what is this? And it was just the initials, Best of What's Around, abbreviated. But I never, it never dawned on me.
Sure. Yeah, they it's fun. I still have a bunch of those CD bootlegs.
Do you have 2-6-96?
I don't. We've talked about that. You ask, I'm pretty sure every time I bring it up. Yeah. No, I never had it.
You have everything else. You have 2 PM Dawn albums. You don't have the one thing that means something to me.
I never had it. If I had had it at one point, I would probably still have it. But
there's so many times I wish I was like you and just kept everything I've ever had in my life.
That's not true. And I'm going to bring 100% back. True. I'm going to bring back that Matt McKillop sent me the quote of, "You inspire me," and I mean that in the worst possible way.
When you told me that the other night, I was like, "Wow, that's really deep."
Deep cut. Yeah, which was my quote hoarding.
All right, are we done?
Yeah,
What are we
music.
doing? Is there
We're
anything
done. High
else?
school. Well, we need people to jump on and comment. We narrow the parameters. Stuff you like to do in
Kristen,
high school.
so are we allowed to say last names if they commented on our post because that's public?
I don't know. Sure.
Kristen Baca commented, which was great to see old people. Not old. She's not old. God damn it! I'm about to cut that.
Old friends.
People, old friends commenting. It's nice to see them like kind of going down that path and reliving some of those moments.
Yeah, I agree. You know, what's funny is it kind of coincides with the reunion, and I was going to pull out some old photos, and I pulled out some old memory boxes, and I came across this case that had your senior pictures in it, but that's where everybody like distributed to other people their senior pictures. And I ended up somehow with some of yours, like
Yeah, you
not
sent me that.
pictures
Yeah.
of you, but pictures of other people that were supposed to go to you, and I'm pretty sure they gave them to me to go, hey, give this one to Rick, and then I never did. So I had like a couple that were in there that were written out on the back to you. But it was interesting and fun to read the backs of them and what people wrote to other people, to me or to you, because I sent you a picture of one that just kind of like took me back to that era. That was exactly what you're talking about, which is like, that's fun. It's fun for old friends to see communications from old friends of people that you aren't really in your life anymore.
Were you being serious when you said you had a picture from one of my ex-girlfriends?
Yeah, 100%.
What did it say?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have.
So she gave you the picture, wrote on the back to give to me.
Yeah, it's to you.
This could go one of two ways. We should definitely read it on the podcast.
Okay, I'll bring it for our next.
I'm going to turn beet red. I'm going to have to color correct myself.
It's Wait a minute. Are we going to mention the ex-girlfriend?
Not the who. She's tall.
Just want to know Oh, that's perfect.
Do your ending.
How are we going to cut this into me laughing so hard? Oh my God. Okay. Well, High School Music. Are we done?